Bly Manor. So I have not seen it, obviously.
You
But
also haven't seen Hill House, so I'm gonna kind of explain it the same way. And it's so like Hill House is more horror, and hold on, I said horror. So
I heard you. It came out fine.
okay, okay. Um, Hill House is more horror and oriented. Sorry, couldn't
Yeah.
think of the word. Blank space.
Mhm.
Whereas Bly Manor, it seems like it's going to be, but it's more of a love story than anything.
Yeah.
So just heads up on that. But it does have its horror aspects, which I enjoy.
Yeah.
Um, so like Hill House, it's the same as Hill House that, in the sense of there are some Easter eggs in the background, so pay attention because Hill House had some Easter eggs in the background, and Hill House did a good job of this. It made you feel like you're being watched. You don't know why, but when you find out, you're gonna be like, "Wow, that's why. That's fucking creepy.
Hmm.
Thanks."
Was it?
But I think,
Was it? Was it?
huh?
Well, how do you compare it to Hill House though, in terms of like which one do you like better?
Um, I'm not. I can't discern the two because they're different
Hmm.
and like they're filmed similarly,
Yeah.
but their direction is different. So it's like
Gotcha.
a different genre. But I
Gotcha.
mean, being the same director and everything like that, and if a few of the same actors come back,
Yeah.
um, I it's hard to tell which one I like more.
Yeah.
After finishing it. So like like I said, Hill House is more horror and like oriented, and then like you have Bly Manor, which is a little bit more romancy, but
Yeah.
it's not like the type of romance you'd think it is. So I mean, give it a watch, and then you can kind of tell what I'm talking about. But there are definitely things in the background you should pay attention to for both of them. And then I mean, like once you watch the first one, when you watch Hill House, you'll kind
Hmm.
of see what I'm talking about, and then it's so easily noticeable in the background
Hmm.
of the second one, Bly
Okay.
Manor,
Yeah.
and it's just like it's foreshadowing in a sense of like
Okay.
what the story is going to tell you, and I
Okay.
like that. I liked that aspect. Um, so one thing I'll tell you is the difference between Hill House and Bly Manor. Um, it's kind of like how American Horror Story is, but they like to instead of doing like here's a different subject. They're like here's some haunted houses
Yeah.
with some fucking stories.
Right.
So I mean, like it all kind of ties together pretty well. They're completely different stories altogether. Nothing about the other
Hmm.
relates. They might do something like that in the future if they go like a similar direction of American Horror Story. I'm not a fan of American Horror Story, but I know that they do tie in a little bit to one another in senses.
Hmm. Well, is there any connectivity? Like, if I'm a fan of Hill House, what's going to motivate me to watch Bly Manor?
Just the film direction. I
Really?
mean, honestly,
That's
yeah, just the
interesting.
like.
That's interesting. I actually figured there would be more connection than that.
I thought so too. I
Yeah.
really did. I'm not gonna lie. When I watched it, I thought, maybe without trying to spoil things, maybe like this is supposed to be perspective of the past or the
Yeah.
future, and then they're telling a story of the past.
Right.
But there's really no connection at all.
I just don't
But
understand why they're calling it the sequel to The Haunting on Hill House. Like, I feel like that's a little gimmicky then if they don't end up connecting it eventually, or maybe they will. Like, to my, I mean, to
they
their
use the
credit,
same.
maybe they
They
will.
use similar actors in it that
Right.
don't play similar roles.
So
I'll
they're
say
they're
that much.
they're same actors. There's not one single character that's the same from Hill House.
No, there's no
Wow.
returning characters, just returning actors.
Yeah, I'm not
Um,
saying it's a bad season of television. I'm just trying to say that from the marketing side, it just seems gimmicky right now. That's all.
from the
From the
marketing side, it
marketing
seemed
side.
like there was going to be a continuation of
Hmm.
Hill House,
Yeah,
or what was before Hill House.
yeah.
But no, it's just completely different story all around.
Huh.
But they everybody that's watched it so far that I've talked to has loved it. I
Oh yeah,
loved it. I
yeah.
thought it was a great story.
Everybody's
Um,
really digging it, and they seem to be like on board with the fact that yeah, for some reason this is the same, you know,
I I think
universe.
they I
Maybe.
think they yeah, no, it's not. Maybe the same universe, but
Right.
different
Right.
characters played by the same actors. I mean, like I said, it's kind of like how American Horror Story is, but better. Because I
Yeah.
just don't like American Horror Story.
Yeah. It's like
I liked the first season. I couldn't get into the others.
it's the strangest thing because like it's called the haunting on of Bly Manor, right? But there's no like actual thing that says Hill House in there or anything. So like the marketing is, but they're not. You know what I mean? Like calling this the
Yeah.
second season
So
of
like
Hill House. It's weird.
Hill House is supposed to be based in one of the southern states of America. I believe it's like
Yeah.
supposed to be like Florida or some shit. I don't
Yeah.
remember. It's been since like Christmas time I've watched it.
Uh,
But whereas Bly Manor is supposed to be in the UK.
okay. Is this supposed to be
So
based on true events, or is this a
no,
completely
no.
okay?
I mean, Hill House I think was based off of a book,
Mm-hmm.
and then I don't think there's anything else past that. So they're kind of just freeballing it for this
Yeah.
point. So that's why I think that they're just going to go a similar direction of American Horror Story, but instead of American Horror Story, they're doing worldwide haunted houses.
Gotcha.
It should be international house stories.
Well, that's kind of what they were doing with like The Conjuring, right? But they were based on true events, you know, and they
Yeah, I
still
mean,
had the same characters, you
they
know.
still tied it all together too with the
Mm,
Conjuring stories and
yeah,
like Annabelle and all that
yeah,
shit.
and this has not yet at this point, anyway.
At this point in time, no. Maybe it will, but
Yeah,
not for some time. Maybe next season it will, but I don't even believe that.
yeah,
Even if they do it next season,
but the style you can tell it's the same style, though, is what you're saying. Like it's
yeah. No, I'll just kind of, I'll just throw what the genre is out there. So if anybody doesn't even know what the genre is of the second season, here's your chance to like skip forward 20 seconds. But it's gothic romance.
okay,
Yeah.
all right,
So I mean, it was a good watch, honestly.
yeah,
Like, I do suggest it, and I think that even though they're not similar or connecting, the filming was great, the direction was great, the acting was decent in some areas, great in others. As good as you can get for a TV show. So I mean, hands down, I'd give it probably a maybe an 8.9 out of 10.
very good, very good.
I don't want to give it a 9, but I want to give it an 8.9.
Yeah, I mean, I'll check it out. I can't wait to watch, you know, Hill House first, and I need to finish that up because, like I said, I really like that first episode of Hill House, so I'll
I
jump on
feel like you
Blind Manor
probably
right after.
I feel like you will probably like Hill House more,
Yeah, I don't know.
just
We'll
knowing
see.
like the stylish stuff you like.
Yeah,